The second part of 6.1 is going to go a little further and talk about how we simplify roots. The idea here is if your root and your power are the same, you're going to get basically what you started with. This, for example, this third root and third power will cancel, leaving you with just an x, which should make sense because we do it a lot with square roots. The square root and the square cancel, leaving you with just x. I am not going to make you write the absolute value. That's just making sure that it's positive. But I do expect that you understand the root and the radical will cancel out. So if it was a fourth root and a fourth power, fifth root and a fifth power, they do cancel. So we're going to take that a step further and look at what happens whenever you have higher powers with your roots. So the one thing we're going to do a lot here, and this is going to something that we're going to do throughout chapter 6. So I'm going to write it really big here, something you want to put down in your notebook. When you are simplifying, what you need to remember to simplify is to do something called take the power divided by the root. You'll hear me say that a lot over the next week, kind of looking after Thanksgiving and when we'll do this. We're going to do a lot of power over root simplifying. What that means is the power here and the root here, so in this case the root is a 2, you're going to be using that to simplify your exponents. So for this first one, the square root of 16 is just 4. That is not something that you need to worry about any sort of exponents. But then to figure out what happens when you take an x to the 8th being square rooted, you're going to take x to the 8 divided by 2. So you take your power over your root, you get x to the 4th. So again, power over root. For this middle one, A, you're going to do the 6th power divided by the third root. So 6 divided by 3 is going to give me 2. And then same thing with B, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you get A to the second, B to the third. The next one, you're going to, again, power over root. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So you get x to the second power, y to the third power. Always coming back to this idea that when we're simplifying powers and radicals, we take the power divided by the root. And if there is no number there, it is root 2. It is a square root. So the next one, it is a square root. The square root of 81 is 9. And then power over root, 4 over, sometimes it helps to put a little 2 on that tip to remind you what the root number is. So 4 over 2 is 2. So we get x squared. For the middle one, power over root, 12 over 3 is 4. Power over root, 15 over 3 is 5. And then for the last one, power over root, 12 over 4 is 3. And then 16 over 4 is 4. So that is how we simplify basic roots. We're going to focus primarily on square roots, cube roots, and fourth roots. I think Delta Math actually does a lot with cube roots just because it's newer compared to square roots. But that is how you simplify any type of root like that.